Cool. So in this video, I'm gonna name it internal abundance, sorry, in mind, matter, and spirit. You might not know what that is, but abundance is just feeling, having multiple of everything in abundance internally, but in mind, matter, and spirit. So therefore, I'm gonna explain manifestation from an internal process. So shout out to Neural Knowledge. He says manifestation is shifting internally and not being emotionally dependent on seeing your reality change. So now I'm going to explain to you essentially the internal shift and how you do this in process form in a very simple way from my perspective. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. So the first part is the spirit, which is the highest level. This is the cause. So there's always a cause to an effect. There's Hermetic laws. There are 7 Hermetic laws. I think one of them is the laws of cause and effect. So the spirit is the highest level, which is level 1. And by the way, if you, again, beliefs, make them serve you in a sense. So if you don't believe what I'm saying, do research about it and go research about it. And then you can find it out for yourself. That's if you don't believe me. So yeah, so I'm not forcing my beliefs or my perspective onto you. I'm just sharing it with you in a way that I think makes sense to other people. So the spirit is the highest level, which is the cause. Internal is my notes. So the internal is the pure consciousness or the divine intelligence or the purpose or the meaning or awareness. So it's all these things in one. So when you have purpose and pure consciousness, in the sense of you're in a state of meditation and you are, or relaxation, and you are somewhere quiet and able to just gather your thoughts, you can emotionally intensify and change the emotional associations of things that you may have negative associations and intense experiences with. And through visualization and concentration on the visualization, you can change that emotionally intense bad experience into a good one, because emotions are just energy in motion. So same way there's bad, there's good, there's duality in everything. So the same way the emotionally intense experience is negative, through focus and visualization of a different memory, you can change this negative experience into a positive one. And then because you then act and do everything now from that version of you, and act as if from the version of you that's already succeeded and already done these things in your subconscious, essentially, because you're acting as the version that's already done it now, essentially that visualization is now in the past, and everything you have in abundance. So that visualization is now in the past. So your intuition makes you go through the events leading up to it, where the manifestation happens, because now that you're acting as if you're already the version of you that has it, so you're embodying it, you're being it, you're doing actions from that version of you, you have the mannerisms of that version of you, you have a different self-worth, because that version of you has a different self-worth, a different belief system, so it's a different version of you. But because you're acting from this different version of you, essentially, that means the visualization in your head that you're visualizing has already happened. So your intuition then leads you to the events going on, and you, because the definition of manifestation is shifting internally and not being emotionally dependent on seeing your reality change, you then have to make your own synchronicities, so your own signals that mean you're progressing. And these can be anything, but a lot of people make external signals. So you can do this, but you have to attach that version of you to that synchronicity and to that desired reality. So that way, if all paths lead to your desired reality as that version of you, then you know as that version of you, while embodying it, taking the actions of it, doing everything from that version of you, and having a emotionally intense visualization that you're rehearsing and vividly saying repeatedly, you will then go through that desired reality experience, because now you're acting and maintaining that version of you or that frequency of you, because a new frequency creates a new result. So a new cause is a new frequency. That's the cause. Changing the frequency of you. It's a new version of you doing it. So because it's a new version of you doing it, you get new results. Therefore, there's a new effect because there's new results. Because it's a new version of you. So that's that. Now, the second level is the mind. So this is what I was just talking about, essentially. Acting as if from that version of you, embodying from that version of you, being that version of you. Because you're acting as if you're already this version of you, essentially it's already happened. So because it's already happened, you just have to keep acting as if you're this version of you. Because you're acting as if you're already the successful, manifested version of yourself, essentially, and doing things from this perspective in all aspects of your life. You are therefore already the manifested version of yourself. And then matter is the visible world. So this is the physical, where you just then, because you've now visualized it intensely and you're now acting as if from that version of yourself. Once you say all paths lead to your desired reality, everything you have in abundance, all beliefs serve you, you act and embody your desired reality, and then change your emotional intense experiences with emotions through visualization and concentration. Change your emotional associations and meanings with words to, if they're negative, change it to positive ones. And then through that, because you're always manifesting whether you realize it or not, it's just your experience with the word. So when someone says, for example, they want money, but they grew up poor, so in their subconscious, money doesn't have a good emotional association with it. They are still manifesting money, but it's just now, because in their subconscious it has a negative, emotionally intense experience with it and emotional associations with it. They're manifesting money, but it's not coming through because they have negative experiences with it. So all they have to do is just visualize good experiences with money, good emotional intense experiences with money through visualization, through concentration, and through detachment and certainty. That's also what I forgot to add. So being detached from your desired reality and knowing you're good with or without everything, as within, as without. So you're good with or within. You're good with or without everything. So you're not a slave to nothing, in a sense of you're not. I don't mean literally like a slave, like as in a slave, but what I mean is a slave as in you have to do that. You don't have to do nothing. Once you're detached from it, you don't have to do it. And because you don't have to do it, it comes quicker, it attracts quicker because you already know you have it. So once you already know you have it, you embody the version of yourself as within, as without. Because you're that version of yourself internally and externally, and then embodying it externally, you are therefore creating that version of yourself that you saw internally and are visualizing internally. You're therefore manifesting and just bringing it into reality through keeping your mind on that visualization and emotionally intensely experiencing it, through keeping that visualization in your head. Once you understand highs and lows are normal, and excitement will go down. So in the sense of, through visualization, the first time you visualize it, you will have great excitement. Obviously, over time, as you're visualizing it, the excitement might, let's say, die down. But in a sense of that don't mean it's not working. That just means you're now used to it. Because you're now used to it, this is even easier and you're detached from it. So that makes it even more easier. Then on top of that, you're embodying and acting as if you're that version of yourself already. Therefore, you already are it, as within, as without. You already are that version of yourself. Therefore, the manifestation happens like that. So it's that simple. You just have to keep yourself on that same process, and that is the internal shift of manifestation through my perspective. I just explain things in a simple way from my perspective. If you don't believe them, you don't have to. If these videos do provide you knowledge, feel free to comment, and